All right, so I answered questions 2, 3, and 4. For number 2, I would say a value I hold that overlaps with one of my worldviews is that um, don't judge a book by its cover, or like everyone should be given a fair chance before you judge them. And I think that would overlap with my worldview of people being inherently good. Um, Another value I hold is that the importance of honesty, and that would, I think it would tie into my worldview of like informational communication, where say what you mean and mean what you say, and it should be direct and clear. Um, I would time I noticed one of my values violated. I worked a job and I got a promotion. I was supposed to get a raise, but when I got my paycheck, I saw I never got the raise. And so I went to my manager and I asked them, like, hey, you give me your word that I'd get this raise, and I didn't get paid for it. And so she said that it would be shown on my next paycheck, but because one of my values was violated, I told him I needed to get paid for this last paycheck or I'd quit. Um, and they rectified it. But if I could have done it differently, I probably would have just quit because it didn't stop with that one violation. Just kept going and going until eventually I did quit. But should have just nipped it in the bud right there. And you know, um, for number 3, um, on page 56, the author says norms are social rules for what certain people should and should not do. Um, and after going to work today and reading these questions, I realized, every morning we all say good morning to each other. Probably just because, it'd be rude not to, but that's totally just a social norm, like built in to our culture. Um, just acknowledging one another seems like nothing super subconscious, but it's a big thing. Something you notice when someone doesn't do it. Um, Another one is people pay for their food. Uh, I, it's the law, but it's also a norm. It totally could just not happen. It would be messed up if that was the case, but and people don't do it, and you definitely notice when they don't do it because they just get up and leave, and you're like, oh my god, they just stole food. You steal. Um, an aberration I noticed today was when I was driving home from work. Someone turned on the Sprague the wrong way and started coming towards traffic, and everyone started honking and honking. And the guy swerved, turned onto the next block, but everyone let him know you messed up. You went against the social norm of this is a one way and you're going down the wrong way. I would say after learning about intercultural communications, I just am able to recognize these things. So many of them are subconscious and you just don't think about them. That now that they're pointed out being norms, or you understand what norms are, you're able to identify them in your daily life. For number 4, I think we're most aware of our worldviews, values, and norms when they're challenged. I would say norms probably have the most direct impact on all our choices and actions daily. On page 55, the author said norms obviously do not dictate behavior in a strict sense. They do provide a common ground for understanding what is going on. Um, while they're not super strict, they do give us a common understanding of what we're doing, you know, what we can and can't do. And this definitely dictates, you know, what we do daily. If people didn't have norms and we were all just, I don't know, we'd be crazy. Everything would be chaotic, and everyone would probably act in their own interests instead of the interests of their community or culture, or just, the interests of other individuals, whether or not you know them. If we didn't have these social norms, everything would break down, I'd imagine. And I think the author would probably agree with me, but would probably say it really depends on the culture and it's entirely situational, whether worldviews or values hold a higher importance. I think that it would definitely be the situational, I think.